Hey everybody, this is Kodak here with our final episode of the DISNEYTHON. Today we're going to be taking another look at Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. Now, I've already mentioned Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom before. I have a whole video on what it is and how it works. You can take a look at that if you're not sure what it is, but the thing about it is once you are done at the parks, then since it's a park-only attraction, once you go home, you don't really have anything to do with these cards. Now, to my surprise, when I arrived at Disney World this time, not only was the game still around, although they haven't really expanded anything upon the base set, but they have actually come up with a solution to that in the form of the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom Booster Pack. Now, what this is for $15, you get 7 cards, one of which is guaranteed to be a super rare lightning card, which, as I detailed in my earlier review, are pretty difficult to get. And at the same time, you also get sort of a board game. They actually have a lot of interesting stuff now for Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. They actually also have like a special binder that looks like an old tome, and it's like 35 bucks because of that Disney markup. But one thing it also has is a shoulder strap, and I don't know if I can think of another collector binder that actually has an over-the-shoulder strap like that. So let's take a further look in here. So I'm going to be working with the cards I got in this pack as well as the cards I got in the park, because even though I do have a proper collection of these cards somewhere, I cannot find them. Although they have come out with some new cards. They have some holiday-themed cards. Every Halloween and every Christmas, they've been coming out with some new promo cards, and we're going to see at least one of those in action today. Now, first thing I notice is that this booster pack is actually contained inside a large reusable Ziploc bag, and I admit, I actually like this as an idea. It would be interesting if there was like a way to sell these kinds of board games on the cheap where you just get a bunch of card stock inside of a Ziploc bag that you can then very cheaply make and then very easily put away for later. I like this idea on its own, so let's take a look at what we get inside here. So, to start off with, we get our advertising thing that tells you that this is a booster pack, and on the back, it actually has a collector list, which includes a list of all of the cards from the core set, including the lightning cards on the bottom, along with a list of all 4 of the potential villains you can get. You can get Maleficent, Jafar, Cruella de Vil, and Dr. Facilier as one of the 4 possible random villains in there. So it's a little bit like Sentinels on the Multiverse, where you and several people team up to fight a villain using the cards. It also comes with our booster pack of 7 cards here, although I've already gone through it, and I got my lightning card, which in this case is Ariel's Bubble Attack. It is a princess card, 3 attack, 2 boost. It is part of also part of the deck I'm using. It also comes with a key card, which is similar to the key card you get for use in the park attraction. However, this one is actually used to determine whose turn it is, and you pass it around to that player. Now this map of Frontierland and Liberty Square is actually our villain. On the back, it's actually a thicker card stock than the rest of what's inside here, and what we got is Dr. Facilier, the villain of Princess and the Frog. Now, Princess and the Frog, I actually feel, is an underrated Disney movie. It might have helped that I was on a Gabriel Knight kick at the time that I first saw it, which is another really cool thing having to do with New Orleans and voodoo. But, and I admit it is pretty obvious why they developed Princess Tiana, but at the same time, they didn't just kind of make it, you know, a blackwashed version of the original story. It would have been, you know, kind of like Swan Princess, which is like the whitest movie since White Christmas. Instead, they went and made it their own thing, and I actually feel that it really works as a movie. It's honestly worth a look if you have never seen it before. Of course, we also get 2 pages of rules, which explain how the game is played, although I am going to just sort of rattle off the rules as we play, although deck creation is you can make a deck of between 7 to 12 cards, so you could use either just the cards that come in here, or you can build a deck of 12 cards out of your collection, and I managed to get like another couple of packs worth while I was there, so I made a decent deck. It's not a great deck for fighting against Dr. Facilier, but I'm going to be testing my luck while fighting him solo. So let's take another look at the villain card here. So Dr. Facilier, he has 20 starting life, and each player has 10, and what happens is, as you go down, it'll actually change the the nature of the sorts of cards that work effectively on him. Now with Dr. Facilier, he has 5 spots where Mystic cards are effective and 5 spots where Princess cards are effective, with most of the other ones being reduced to 2 or 1. You get a couple of animal spots, but you only get like 1 of machine, 1 of toy. So it depends on the villain that you are up against. He is also weak to gross attacks, but resistant to charming attacks due to his nature as a huckster. Now, it also comes with the tokens, which include tokens meant to indicate your life total and the life total of Dr. Facilier. You also get some Merlin coins, which are what you attack with. We have a villain life counter here, and as for me, I am going to go with the yellow color indicator because that's my favorite color. Now, I'm going to set aside 5 of these Merlin coins, since that's all you're ever going to need. Let's put these others away. And to start the game, I get dealt a hand of 5 cards. And thus we begin. So in order to start, I have to pick a card I have and put it down on the table. So I'm going to start with Rover's Christmas Carousel of Progress. That is actually one of the Christmas special cards. And what happens is, first the villain gets to attack, and the villain gets to flip 5 coins, and each heads determines what he's going to do. That's 5 coins, so he got 3 hits. So 3 charming damage. I have to discard my card and play a new card. Fortunately, my shield blocks 2 of that damage, so I ended up taking only 1. So I have to discard Rover. And I have to play new cards, and I guess I'll go with Cinderella. No, not Cinderella. Let's go with Ariel's Bubble Attack. So I actually, basically the same attack. I get to flip 3 coins. Tails, heads, heads. So I'm going to deal 2 damage. 1, 2. And that goes away. And to end my turn, I draw a card. So I'm going to attack with Cinderella's Magic Ribbon. Now, since I'm out of princess space, assuming he doesn't kick it by landing 3 hits, then I will be able to reflip any of my failed attacks. And Cinderella has an attack power 4, so that's going to be very nice. Oh dear. Oh, at the rate we're going. Tails, tails, tails. Yes! Okay, so he does 2 flying damage, so I take 1 because of Cinderella's shield, and now I get to flip 4 attacks with Cinderella, and I get to reflip any of my misses. So I get to reflip these 2 misses. Oh. And I was determined to only take 2 damage. And I draw a card. Okay, so I am going to... I don't really have many choices here. I am going to go for Caballero Donald's Pinata. Now, he's a warrior attack, but Facilier only has 1 warrior space, so I might as well use him. I get 3 defense versus Facilier's 5 attack, so let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm being forced to discard a card from my hand, which is no fun at all. But I take no damage because of how high his guard is, and I get 2 attacks. 1 hit, 2 hits, so takes it down to Princess. Okay, I'm doing okay here. So I'm going to go with Thumper's Mighty Thump. I might as well play aggressively since I still have a pretty good amount of health left. Oh, 1 hit, 2 hit. So 2 hits, which gets reduced down to 1. However, Thumper's a flying, so he actually, it's a flying attack, and I have flying shield, so I actually decrease it by another 1, so I don't take any damage. However, I still have to discard a card. Did I draw last turn? I don't think I did. So Thumper gets 4 attacks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I only hit him once, jeez. And I'm going to attack with Woody's Cowboy Lasso. I'm on toy, so I'll get to reflip his attacks, but mostly it's because of that nice 4 defense. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I take 0 damage thanks to Woody's shield, but I have to swap it for another card, and I'm going to put in Pocahontas. She gets 3 attacks. 1, 2, 3. Okay, landed all 3, so 1, 2, 3. Discard that. Draw a card. So I have Princess, but I'm going to go with Giant's Giant Stomp. It's a monster attack with a power of 4, defense 1, so I take just 1 damage, please. Yes! So, Giant blocks all the damage, and now I get 4 attacks. I have him halfway down. 1, 2, 2, 3. So, 1, 2, 3 damage coming off of the Giant there. Wow, I'm actually doing pretty well. We have the same number of hit points now. I'd better start playing nice and aggressively, although that's difficult seeing as I'm running out of cards in my hand. So, I'm out of cards, which means I actually shuffle my deck, shuffle my discard pile, and it becomes my new deck. Okay, so I'm going to play Bolt Super Bark. I'm on an animal space, so I'll be able to reflip any misses, assuming he doesn't kick it. So, 1, oh dear, 2, 2, 2, and 3. So yeah, he's going to kick Bolt, which is a bummer. But let's see, 3 is a charming attack, so I take 1 damage, which gets through the 2 shield there. Which means I am down to Lightning McQueen's Ka-Chow. That's the last card in my hand. Although he gets 4 attacks, so he might be able to help me pull it off here. 1 hit, 2 hits, 2 hits, 3 hits. So, 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh, I didn't put any fairy cards in the deck. So, now I draw a card, which is Thumper's Mighty Thump. If I get all heads, I can win this turn. Facilier hits me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, I have to discard a card from my hand, which I don't have. It is a flying attack, and since Thumper is a flying attack, he blocks all the damage. Now I get 4 attacks off of Thumper. Come on, Thumper. 1, 2. Oh, I might get it here. Yes! 1, 2, 3, 4. I win! Oh, wow. I can't believe I did that. I had no cards left in my hand, but I was still able to defeat Dr. Facilier. That's what he does, is he mills down your hand. So I was literally just flipping the top card of the deck by the end there, although my follow-up there was also pretty good, the Giant's Giant Stomp. So it's actually kind of tricky to actually defeat Dr. Facilier because of how difficult he is. Beating any of the villains solo is actually pretty difficult. I'd say the odds are about 50-50. I got some really good flips, like landing all 4 of Thumper's hits on that last card there. That was just amazing. So yeah, I actually think this is a pretty fun game. It comes with some spare tokens in case you lose any, or in case you somehow get above 5 attack power, which let's face it, really doesn't happen. The only card that has an attack power of 5 is Mr. Incredible, and he is a lightning card. He's also a strong attack. I don't know if any of the other villains are weak to strong attacks, but they give you everything you need to play the game. I might have dropped one of these tokens somewhere. It's probably on the ground. I'll find it. But yeah, that is a look at the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom card game. I cannot believe I actually managed to win that. So, and thus concludes the DISNEYTHON. This is our final picture, since this is what you're supposed to do with your Disney World stuff once you get home. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this past week of the DISNEYTHON. Soon I will be able to report to you guys from New York Toy Fair, and we're going to get a good look at all the new toys coming out. I know Turning Mech Card's going to be there. I think the American version of Optimorphs is going to be there, and if we're lucky, there might be something at the Spin Master booth. I've managed to get an appointment with them, and we will have to see. So, until next time, this is Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom, the Booster Pack, and this is Kodak signing off.
M-I-C.
See ya real soon.
K-E-Y.
Why? Because we like you.
M-O.